for some analysis. We're joined by Flynt Leverett. He's the International Affairs Professor at Penn State University and a Senior Fellow at the New America Foundation. So is it just simply a sudden realization that this might be disastrous to the economy that's causing the White House to pause?
I don't think so. The idea of sanctioning the central bank is not new. There have always been people in the Obama administration who wanted to do it. There's also always been the economic argument against doing it. But the administration is under enormous pressure from Congress, from pro-Israel constituencies here, to do something more, and that is very much focused on sanctioning the central bank, because that basically means then no one can buy Iranian oil. I think the administration is trying to find a way in which it can be responsive to this pressure. They hoped that this concocted plot, these allegations of Iranian government complicity in a plot to kill the Saudi ambassador here in Washington, would give them the wherewithal to go out to major international players and get them to start thinking more seriously about sanctioning the central bank. But they took this show on the road in Europe and in Asia, and no one was willing to support it.
Well,
and
because what, they didn't believe the story?
I think partly they didn't believe the story, and partly because, as I said, sanctioning the central bank means no one in the world is going to be able to buy Iranian oil. And for major allies like Japan, for important international players like China, that's just a red line, that they are not prepared to go down that road.
Nonetheless, we do seem to be at that usual state in the year. We've had these conversations before, usually around this time perhaps,
Yes.
when there's a lot of chatter. The chatter is almost deafening now about Iran. We have the Saudi plot. We have newspaper reports talking about preparedness for military action. We have the Israeli cabinet talking quite a bit about the possibility. Is there something different this year, do you think, or is it just the same time of yehave?
Well, partly it is the same time of year. Partly the United States is heading into a presidential election. This is clearly an issue where Republicans have calculated that Obama is potentially vulnerable to criticism, that he's soft on national security, and so
after Osama bin Laden?
Well, you know, they can try that and see how it works for them. But I think that does add to the intensity this time around. It's not just trying to scare other countries into supporting sanctions because they get worried that Israel or the United States will attack Iran, and sanctions is maybe how you could stop that from happening. There are those dynamics this time as usual, but you throw in on top of that the American political dynamic.
Flynt Leverett, thank you very much.
Thank you.